Welcome. What we are about to embark upon is a journey like no other. A grand experiment, if you will, where we combine the excitement of the theater with the unpredictability of the tabletop. I will weave the threads of fate as together we witness the collision of two vastly different worlds. In one, three heroes are finding themselves on a journey of discovery, and they will come face to face with their greatest fears. In the other, three heroes are pursuing their destiny among the stars, but their hopes are about to come crashing down. The site of our grand adventure? The world of Synthara, home to mighty warriors and treacherous villains, brilliant light and engulfing darkness. Across this mythical landscape, our heroes will test themselves against the whims of fate. But no journey worth taking is easy. To have any hope of success, our heroes will have to strive, to struggle, and most of all, they'll have to navigate the rigamaroll. The woods near Brightmount are quiet, but not still. The full moonlight breaks through the canopy like coils and illuminates the moss in a ghostly blue. Everywhere throughout, the light of Synthara goes through every root and every leaf. Above the wood, on Brightmount, the moonlight catches in the marble tower and spreads shards of crystal glass across the valley. Below Brightmount, in the proving grounds, well-worn stone circles, we hear clanging of metal, and we hear the efforts of champions training by torchlight. In the wood, things seem still until all of a sudden, footsteps. A lone figure bursts into the wood. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, Caldor Benastar, a young man, about 18 years of age, a human, with blonde hair and striking light blue eyes, enters into the clearing, looking absolutely distraught, kind of clutching maybe at a sore arm. He's unhappy, muttering to himself, disappointment. Why can't you just see the frustration on him as he continues to trample his way through the woods, not really heading in any specific direction, just trying to get away.
As you do that, behind you, a younger page runs after you. Cal, wait! Chorn and Rexus are brutes. You have to ignore them. You will win, I know it.
Thank you, Lander. I turn around and gesture him to come closer. That means a lot, but I'm supposed to be better than the brutes. I'm Benastar.
You are a Benastar. And he looks at you with just all of the loving admiration And he's got his little like ruffly shirt and his like squire thing, and he just, he just looks up to you so much, and he is just full of encouragement and says, I know that it's only a matter of time before you were so close this time.
Yeah.
Rexus just got the better of you in a moment.
Yeah. It's just bigger. I just need to train a little bit harder, think a little bit more. If I practice a bit more, maybe I can get him next time.
What
What
is that? You hear like a rustling off maybe 20 yards away, and these bushes kind of part a little bit, and out comes a very dark, fur-matted, this is like a great wolf. And he kind of comes in.
Step between Lander and the wolf, reaching for my blade. Get behind me.
Okay. Cal, it's a great wolf.
I know. I can see that. I draw my sword. Lander, get back to camp. It's okay.
I can help.
You don't help. Don't worry about it. That's what we were just talking about. This is just practice.
The great wolf emerges into like the clearing that you find yourselves in. He starts pacing back and forth to stop the both of you.
Keep myself between the wolf and Lander. In a second, I'm going to try to attack it. I need you to run when I do that.
Cal, I'm scared.
Don't be scared. Just focus on getting back to camp. I'll join you in no time.
Like the snarls go up even more, and Lander goes, ah! And just darts, just bolts. He just abandons you.
Go, Bob.
He darts and grabbing my blade. I look back for a second and focus on the wolf, maybe raising up my sword, and I rush in to kind of swing at it, crying out, hoping to maybe scare it off while I'm doing that. Yeah.
Okay. Let's have a roll.
Let's do a roll.
And as we do that, I'm going to go ahead, since there are 3 of you, and take my 3 fear. Dun, 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 dun.
That's okay. You don't have to give me that.
Okay.
Lander got like 8 stress from that.
Yeah, he's stressed. He didn't even get out of the woods. Okay, so did you give me a roll?
No, not yet.
Yeah, give me a like a presence roll.
Presence roll. Okay. Wow. That would be a 22 with fear.
Okay, 22 with fear, so I will take that fear. Okay, but you are able to rush toward it, and as you do, you are successful. It is.
Okay.
It did not expect that kind of sturdiness from you, and so, but it continues to stalk and kind of like, and as it does so, it comes back. Give me one more roll.
Presence again.
This time, give me finesse.
Finesse. Okay. 6. Thank you. That would be a 18 with fear.
Okay, 18 with fear. Right, getting it all here. Okay, so as you do that, the wolf rears back and like launches at you. As you do that, you are able to like deftly kind of dodge away. The wolf kind of like hits the ground, but like gets back up again. Its hair on the back of its haunches like sticks up, and you can see like pieces of meat that it's been eating, but it's like, and its eyes are red and just like focused on you. Okay, so it rears back, and you can tell its like back legs are like, and then
It's getting ready to pounce.
and it like goes off into the air.
Right. I'm trying to raise my sword up, physicality first, put myself in front of it, put the blade in front of me, and block it, stop it from getting to my face and chest and organs.
Yes. As you do that, something happens to you. there is a kind of a light that begins to form in a warmth.
Yeah.
And it comes as you are defending yourself. The wolf is like in midair, leaping at you. This like charge comes from you. Do you want to describe it?
Yes, I did kind of feel this charge coming in. Something inside of me tells me to push back, not try to defend, but go on the offensive. And I thrust forward, like in my blocking position at the wolf, just trying to toss it back as far as I can. I feel like I fully understand that in that moment I can stop the wolf, maybe even defeat it here and now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you do that, there's actually like a electric charge.
Like a static feeling kind
Yes.
of running up my arm.
Yes.
Yes.
And this bolt comes out from you, and it hits the wolf, and absolutely obliterates it. Like out, you can see it hits right into the wolf's chest, and it peels back muscle and gristle and skin and fur, and the head pops off, and the only thing left is like the rib cage and carcass of bone lands on the ground. It's been an explosion. There are pieces of blood, mats of hair go everywhere. There's actually little pieces of fire that flicker on the ground.
I don't know what happened. I kind of examine the wolf, look at my sword, look at my hands, and turn and run. I don't have time to think about this. I gotta get back to Lander.
Okay, as you do, you leave. We see like a little, as we see the flicker of the flame, we kind of go from that flame to a brazier in a tent. And we are back at the proving grounds. And the tent is rather large, enough to fit a lot of champions. People are in leather armor. There are all manner of weapons on the wall, and there is, all people milling about and discussing things, and it smells of leather and sweat and steel, and also tobacco, because at kind of the center of the at the front of kind of the area, not the center of the tent, but at the front on a little raised platform, in a chair, there sits like an older gentleman smoking a pipe, and he's just kind of surveying the room, and champions are kind of talking. These are the warriors, the guardians of what we know to be Synthara. So he says,
Quiet, please. I will have order. I have reports from the Stonefell Gap. We've had increased movement in the Ashen Expanse.
puts out his pipe.
Small bands are testing the perimeter and all around the Drakestone Mountains. 3 minor attacks in the last 48 hours, but they are getting more ferocious, more brave. Nothing serious, but we know that they are learning us. The enemy is testing us, wanting to know more. I have sent Ezrin and Sansi to the front to reinforce our efforts. My gut tells me something is amiss. We are holding. Pray to the light. You are dismissed.
And so as people kind of get that report, and his page kind of goes up to him, and there's little conversations kind of breaking out we kind of come over to one of those conversations, and there's a large, full armored Icarus, which is a blue-skinned kind of rhinoceros man. He has like a massive horn above his muzzle, big like lock of hair with a ponytail coming down.
Guess at the Stonefell Gap they're having problems. Nothing like the problems you and Cal are having in the ring, Rubacorn.
And he's talking to, would you like to introduce yourself?
He's talking to Rubacorn, or Rubble for short. Some call me Uncle Rubble. I'm a dwarf and proud to be one. And as a proud dwarf, I have a lot of dwarf-like features. I'm bald. I have a big brown beard and 3 braids in there. And I'm short and I'm proud of it. And on my back is a massive, it's large. It would be large for a human. And I'm a dwarf and I'm wielding this thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's named Maggie. And yeah, wearing leather and a grizzled. I've been places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great. So as you're talking to who you know to be Chorn,
Hey.
Do you think that little pipsqueak will ever be a champion?
I know it, Jorn.
He'll never beat my Rexus.
Oh, I think he will. You looking to make another wager, Jorn?
Oh, you want to make this interesting, do you?
he like looks in his little purse
And
pouch.
I myself.
You looking at yours? You looking at your purse? Pulls out
2 silver.
They're like looking around. It's known that it happens, but it's frowned upon.
I look in and my pouch is lighter, as we have battled many a time and I have lost many a time, because Cal has lost many a time. I don't want Chorn to know that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 2. How about 3?
Three.
He looks in his thing. He shows you his third.
It's a deal.
Good.
Puts it back in the thing.
Next time in the ring.
Cal is gonna tear you apart.
He just laughs and he's like,
He hasn't yet so far. Maybe it's the champion training him. And it looks into you.
Well, this champion knows how to conjure might. You can see it here. And Cal's gonna have it too. He may not have the muscle that his grandfather does, but soon he will. And when he does, he won't just be taking on Rexes. He'll be putting you in your place too, Jordan.
and it's so funny to see it because he is like massively bigger than you, and so he's just like looking down at you, and you're like,
Still riding the coat of the Benastar name, are we, Rubacorn?
I know you mean to insult me, but riding their coattails is the greatest honor of my life.
You kind of got him there. He's kind of like chastened a little bit because the Benastar name is known as almost a holy thing. They have protected this realm for a very long time.
Very well. We'll see what happens in the ring tomorrow.
Good then.
Rubacorn.
Jorn.
He kind of like snorts and like saunters off and like grabs he's got like a big mace thing, slings it over his back.
As he sort of turns away, I reach down and grab my tankard of ale and just immediately...
Okay.
Because I'm scared that Cal's not going to win. To be clear. His muscles are so small.
He's little.
Not at all what we expected.
Yeah.
But he's strong in here.
As he kind of turns and to go, he leaves the tent, and right as he leaves, brushing past him, in a huff,
Yeah.
is
taking
Cal
him on the
himself,
shoulder
and
and
Chorn's like,
Hey, watch it, pipsqueak.
Sorry, Chorn. Uncle Rubble, I kind of like work my way through the crowd. You can see that I'm nervous. I'm like pale white, kind of streaking up next to you. Also, there's a lot of very strong warriors in here, and that's not me. Work over to you.
Aye, there he is, the strongest. You worried about him, Chor? Look at him, he's been out practicing.
Yeah. Yes. Practicing. See, Uncle Rubble, maybe we could find somewhere more private to discuss something.
To train?
Also, have you? Yes, to train. Have you seen Lander?
No, can't say I have.
Let's step outside, maybe.
Are you all right, Cal?
Yes.
look white.
No. Privately, please.
All right.
So maybe I'm
I
kind
go
of
to grab him, and I'm a dwarf. I have smaller hands.
Yeah.
But my hand almost completely fits around his arm.
And with that, I kind of lead you outside of the tent and maybe look for somewhere in camp, or maybe out towards the front of camp where we can
okay.
hide away.
Sure. So this tent was kind of in a central location. There's a massive fire, like in the middle of a bunch of other little, not little, but they're tents, you know?
Tents,
Yeah, campfire tents made of fabric and leather and things put together. So you do know of one that is empty right now, and you kind of go over there and
Perfect.
open the flap and
No one's
peer
inside.
Look, Cal, I know what you're gonna say, but don't worry, I'm not gonna give up hope in you. You're gonna be strong soon.
Thank you, but
I made another bet on you.
why would you do
And
that?
I know you don't like it.
I don't know. You shouldn't be
but
doing that.
I think it speaks to my confidence in you, Cal.
It speaks to your confidence, but that goes against kind of a lot of the things we stand for.
Aye, and I'll keep doing it. Cal, we're gonna get there, all right? So whatever you want to say or whatever worries you're looking to express, just know that it's all right.
Something happened in the woods.
Okay.
I left after this afternoon, losing again. And Lander and I were attacked by a wolf.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, you.
I beat it.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
yeah,
Aye. Describe it. Describe when your sword punctured his pelt.
it wasn't exactly like that actually.
The blood.
No,
In his back then.
not in his back. The wolf kind of
cut off
lunged
his
at me,
leg?
but no, it didn't cut off his leg. No, I kind of disintegrated him. I mean, it's just a skeleton now. So the wolf came at me, and I put my sword up to block, and then I felt something.
And so you skinned it and cut off the meat and left its bones.
No,
We've got plenty of food
this
here.
power from me, I think, surged forth like this glowing light almost, and I was able to, I don't know, I just knew that I could destroy it, and I did. This blast of energy came from, I think, my hands, and just obliterated the creature.
Cal, I didn't know you had it in you.
What was it?
I'm speaking of his mother, Amori, and her light, and that she can sense it, and I didn't think Cal had that ability. And I'm trying to sort of control my happiness, because I know that Cal does not have the physical strength. But we're gonna get there, and he really wants this, and so in this moment, I'm actually very relieved to know, like, oh, he has the power of the light. That makes sense.
Yeah, maybe
Cal,
maybe it was the light.
aye.
But it didn't feel like that, and it didn't look like what I've seen before.
Cal, I'm sure it is. Show me. Come, let's celebrate. Take me to the carcass.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea actually. So I'm gonna lead Rubble out of the camp,
Okay.
back into the woods. Trying to remember which way I went. And
As you come out of the tent, you see, there's people milling and seething about, and Lander is there and runs up to you and he goes, "You're okay."
Yes, Lander, it's okay. It's taken care of.
What happened?
I defeated the wolf. I held it back with my sword. And that's all. Slayed it. It's okay.
Wow. Well, would you like me to come and help you retrieve the carcass? I can carry it. I'm strong, Cal.
I'm sure between the two of us, we can take care of it, actually. I think you should stay here. Don't go wandering off into the woods in the night. It's not safe. I think we both just learned that.
Okay, Cal. If you say so.
Yeah.
And he kind of kicking rocks, kind of walking away. He's got his little sword. He's just kind of swinging in the air. And so you go and you are, you remember where you went in the woods. There's a little, near the proving grounds, you walk and you enter the woods, and it's cold and damp, and the moonlight is coming through, and little creatures are scurrying about, and you hear night noises, and you are aware that a great wolf was there, and so there's a bit of, you're alert.
Caution.
Caution.
Yeah, hand on the sword, ready in case something else should happen.
Yes. You both are walking into the wood, and after a few minutes, you're able to come back to what happened, and what you see is in a clearing, ribs and bones, and with gristle and meat still attached, but it looks like a bomb or some explosive went off in the middle of the wolf. That's the blood pattern is a circular one around it, and the hair matted and things down are like that, and then it's black char. There's little bits of fire around this, and you would know that this is something called the All Power, and this is not a good thing.
Yeah. I could recognize that it's different from the light that his mom would have, and more similar to creatures and evil things from the Ashen Expanse. Yeah.
Yes. So as you come upon...
Yes.
Yeah.
A moment ago, I was feeling good. Oops. I had
This is a little bit different.
Yeah. So I think there's a smile, but as we enter the clearing, almost immediately, I'm taken aback as I see immediately sort of the horror of this. And I look at you.
Kind of gesture to it. That's what I meant. I mean, you see the fires, and it exploded. I
smell burnt hair.
There's a panic in how we go into fight or flight, but I also think you're sort of stunned, right? You're in shock, but also your brain is spinning, and so I'm thinking of all the terrible repercussions of this, right? All the implications of what this could mean, and I'm going through all of those, but then I come back to not wanting to believe it.
Give me an instinct roll as a reaction roll, not so the hope or fear doesn't count.
Okay. 12.
Okay. Yes. Continue.
Cal. No, you didn't do this.
Yeah, I did. This was me. I don't know what it was, but it was me.
I go and I sit down on a nearby rock.
Uncle Rubble, have you seen anything like this before?
Yes.
And it's not the light.
No, Cal, this isn't the light. Cal, tell me you didn't do this.
I wish I could, but this was me.
I thought you didn't have any powers like this. You weren't like your mum. And if you weren't like her, I thought you'd be like your grandfather. I thought you'd be like Rendor.
Yeah, me too.
Sit down.
Walk over. You said you were sitting on a stump or a rock. I pop down next to you. What is it? You know what it is. What is it?
The creatures that we fight to protect Synthara and the Ashen Expanse. Those foul beasts. Evil. This is their power. We call it the All Power. And it is not light. Cal, you're not evil, but whatever this is, it isn't good.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I don't know. This is beyond me.
What can we do? I mean,
Are you okay now? Do you?
no, Uncle Rubble, I'm terrified.
What happened? You had your sword. Why didn't you use your sword?
I swung at it, and I was just trying to defend myself. I figured I could scare it off at first, and then I wouldn't even have to fight the thing, but...
Take me through, beat by beat. You said it lunged at you,
Yes,
and you had your sword.
I had my sword.
And then what happened?
I was just trying to protect myself, and then I felt something from here, from me, that felt like it was trying to work its way out, and I just let it out, and it wouldn't stop coming out. There was absolutely no control over it. It just burst forth. And I
Was it like a lightning?
yeah, it was like similar to a bolt of lightning or like a fire. It was warm, it was hot.
Yeah, Cal, this is not good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to take care of this.
Mm-hmm. Can't go back to camp.
We need to see your mother.
You think she'll know what to do? How to control this? That's the main thing I'm worried about. I don't think I can. I mean, what if it happens again?
Exactly. I don't know what she knows, but she'll know something.
Right.
But this is beyond me and Cal. It's beyond you.
Yes.
It's beyond everyone here at the Proving Grounds. You're right, we can't go back. It would only scare them to find out. We go tonight.
Tonight?
We go tonight. We're gonna go back to camp, you and I,
Okay.
discreetly,
Okay.
and we're gonna get our things. And if anyone asks, we're going out to train.
Right. Right. Yeah.
An intense training is what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got to see your mother in Brightmount.
Okay.
And Cal, leave your sword in its sheath until further notice, okay?
Okay. Okay. Sheath my sword. Should we hide the wolf or something?
Oh, that's a good idea. Good thinking, Cal.
I mean, Lander followed me here. I think he knows something's wrong. He didn't see what happened,
Okay,
but
good.
I don't want anybody
Good.
stumbling upon this and
Right.
figuring it out.
Let's bury it. Move it too.
Right.
Okay. you're able with the things that you have on you to dig like a rudimentary kind of burial site. You put the things in there and cover it up roughly, kind of stamp out the fires and the little flickerings and make everything kind of look, I mean, as well as you can that it did. As you are finally finishing everything up, you hear a rustling in kind of nearby, and you hear, Are you training? And Lander has followed you, and he's here, and he comes out and says, "Are you training? What happened, Cal? You didn't tell me. What happened to the wolf?"
Lander,
Yes.
how long have you been here?
Here? I've not been here that long.
What?
Give me a roll, an instinct roll.
Oh, fear. This is a 13 with fear.
Okay. You can tell he's fearful, and he says, "Only a few moments." And when he says that, you can tell that that's not true. Only a few.
I told you to stay at camp. I told you not to follow us.
I just want to help, Cal. I just want to help.
That's great, but Rubble's here. Rubble's going to help. So, okay, Lander, what did you see?
I saw a dead something, and I saw you sitting, and I saw you talking, and then I saw you bury the dead thing. Was that the wolf?
I charge at him, and I grab his cuff, and I hold him close.
You have disobeyed my wishes. I am a champion of Synthara, and as such I have the right to banish you from the proving grounds.
Rubble, no, there is no need for that, Lander. Put him down.
What you saw was none of your business, young man. You will never speak of it, and you will not know your friends anymore. You will take this shame, and you will hold it inside for the rest of your days.
He is, there's a little warmth and wet that comes as he relieves himself with the fear that has built up that you, and even though he's as tall as you've lifted him up.
You're taller.
Higher.
He immediately like burst into tears. Okay, I understand. I'm so sorry. Please don't banish me, please. I'm so sorry, Cal.
Put him down.
I'm so sorry.
Put him down.
I give Cal a look.
I'm so sorry. I don't know. I will not tell anyone. Anything. I will never tell.
Once again in my head of I'm trying to keep it together too.
Yeah.
I really don't want to be doing this.
Yeah.
Right.
But I feel that I must. And in that moment,
Let me.
What do you enjoy?
what do you enjoy?
I enjoy little muffins in the
That's
morning.
what you're gonna do. You're gonna be a muffin man.
Okay,
I
Rubble.
don't want to be a muffin man. I want to be a champion.
Yo, you're a muffin man. You're gonna make muffins.
I don't want to make muffins. I want to be a champion.
You want to make muffins.
You enjoy it.
Okay.
Leave the cat
I don't enjoy muffins. I don't.
You said.
No,
He
promise.
doesn't.
I won't. I won't say anything. I promise.
Lander.
I love you both so much. I would protect you with my life. And you know that this is true. Like
Yeah.
he wants nothing more than to please you, and he wants nothing more than to be a part of your family. And you sense that what you've done has been successful.
Okay.
And you know that, in other words, this loose end is tied up.
Cool.
Good. Yeah.
You put him down?
I'll put him
Okay.
down.
Listen to me.
He gathers his pride, what little he has left, and kind of like crosses his legs as he stands there.
I'm gonna trust you. But what is true is that you don't understand what happened here.
I know, and I understand, but Cal, whatever it is, I'm with you. I'm
I know.
for you.
I know. And you can keep this a secret, right?
Yes. With my life, I will guard it. And like you said, Rubacorn, he like bows you. I don't really know what happened or what this is.
Good.
And you can tell that
Yeah.
that is true as well. And so he says, I will take my leave of you. And he like slowly like turns to go and leave the wood. And yeah, you can tell that the secret will be safe, but he's just embarrassed and, he's been chastened. He leaves the woods ahead of you. You have a moment.
Was that necessary?
Yes. I'm not proud of it, but yes.
He's just a kid.
It doesn't matter how old he is.
Rander's good. He's not gonna tell anyone.
I believe that now.
Yeah, now.
Cal, this is very serious.
I know.
No one can know.
I know, but
Keep it together, all right?
I don't think that's the right way to do things. So,
I give him a disapproving look, but inside I'm a little bit like, well said. And I turn and start heading toward
Okay.
Proving
I
Grounds.
start following.
And you guys are following,
Yeah.
and okay. And you've made a plan to head to Brightmount to talk to Amori. And we will get into that after this break. Woo!
I thought you were gonna kill that kid.
I mean,
kid, dude.
a muffin man?
I said like
A muffin man?
That was you.
Muffin Man.
That was me.
Oh my god.
I would never
That
kill
was
him.
diabolical, dude. I did.
Hey there, Rigamarollers. GM Matt here. Now, I have to give some love to Side Quest Concepts for custom making our show's GM screen. Now, I've always seen fancy wood screens with all the cool magnets and slots to place markers in, and working with John to make our dream GM screen come true was, it was a dream come true. He's not only an incredible woodworker, but he's also a massive tabletop fan. So it's like working with someone who actually gets what it is you need at the table. If you're in the market for your dream GM screen, then go check out SideQuest Concepts on Etsy. Welcome back. When we left, Caldor and Rubble were making plans to head to see Amori, Cal's mother, at Brightmount. And I have a lot of fear to play.
Great.
So we cut to Brightmount. There is a training chamber that rests at the top of the southern spire. There's translucent stone. It's a circular room. There are runes above and below, kind of like crown molding that kind of hum. There are groups of students, little circles of 5 or 6, and some are sitting cross-legged and some are standing. Some have their arms outstretched. And around them, in blue cloaks, walk what we know to be oracles. And the room is somewhat quiet, except for the mentoring words of oracles here and there. We push in on this one circle especially, and there is a young girl named Tessa. And Tessa is 8. Tessa has braided hair and little bangs and freckles. And she's standing and her brow is furrowed and she's focused very intently on, in her hand, she holds a peeled fruit, like a citrus. And all around it is the peel, but within is a peeled fruit. And she's focusing. And as she does so, you can sense light kind of glow, kind of emanate, and she's focusing. And ever so slowly, as she's focusing, the peel is reforming around. So in essence, she's somewhat healing
Right.
the fruit. She's like, sweat starts to break out, and the peel just falls back. And she's just like, and some of the other students around her start to snicker and laugh a little bit. And passing around her at this moment is, would you care to describe yourself?
Well, yes. I am Amori Benastar, an Oracle of Brightmount, a Lightbringer of Synthara. I'm, I think a tall, I am also tall, a tall, the Venn diagram.
Art imitates life.
A statuesque woman with long blonde hair, a big long braid. I'm strong, but not in like a bulky way, like her father. But I think like a core strength way, like a person who does a lot of yoga.
Okay.
Blue robes, like you said. I have a staff at the top has the insignia of Brightmount, which is those really beautiful, well, beautiful and feared mountains that they guard and protect. Sort of a calm presence, a person who's worked very, very hard. Excellence. And also a deep love of everything curious. And in this moment, absolutely in her element. I think the being in the classroom in a way with someone young who's really earnestly trying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably. So trying to maintain calm, but this is a really soft. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So as you walk around, and there are other of your other oracles walking around as well, this moment happens, and you see it. And Tessa looks to you and says, I can't do it. I can't. I feel the light, but then it goes away, and stop it. And like there's like little girls laughing, and they just stop when she says that. And you can tell she's about to burst into tears.
Oh, yes, I'm sure everyone's giggling because they've already accomplished this. Perfectly many times. Tessa, you needn't be so hard on yourself. You're struggling with it because it's hard. It is not easy to do. And you remember why we do this, don't you?
To help.
Yes.
But I can't feel the light all the time.
This is why we practice. Remember, it starts in our chest. Warm. A little bit prickly, but not painful. And you're going to send it all the way down your arm, through your wrist and your fingertips. It helps to close your eyes. No peeking. And the reason I'm saying that, Tessa, of course, is because it's about faith. Trusting that you can do it.
That's easy for you to say. You're a Benastar. She goes into it once more, and she does peek a little bit, but she's able to get it like, it's like, and light comes out, and she's like, she can feel it and sense it, and she opens her eyes and is excited, and it like almost does it, and then just a little bit, and then it completely does it. And she like laughs at the other girls, and she's just like, I did it! It's like you said. I felt it warm, and then the tingle, and I closed my eyes mostly, and then it did it. Thank you. And then she peels it and eats it.
Well, we're not so... Well,
It's like dripping out. It's so good.
you've been working hard. That's fine.
Thank you, Oracle Amori. And she goes and like takes her seat in the little circle. As she does that, and there are other little lights and people trying the things with fruit, and it's mostly quiet, but all of a sudden we hear like a, and coming down the marble hallway into this little training area is Bright Matron Ida. And she is the matriarch of all of the oracles of Brightmount. Her staff, like yours, has the insignia of Brightmount atop it. She is old and wizened. She has jowls, and you can barely see her eyes from years of smiling. She is so fully herself. She commands respect because of who she is, but people also want to give her respect because of who she is. She is maternal, but powerful. She has seen it all, but she is still very present. And I think that's the gift that most people think of her, is that it feels like she's only talking to you, even if she's in a room full of people. And so with her, she's got her like the blue with white kind of cloaked down, and she has white braids that come down. And she shuffles more than walks, you know. She's like a shuffler. And she comes over and everyone like stops and turns to look at her, and she goes, and she looks about the room and everybody's waiting with bated breath. She loves this, so she lets it sit a little bit, you know? And she catches your eye and she goes, Oracle Amori, you have visitors.
Visitors?
Yes, visitors. And she looks at everyone else and they're like, then they start whispering amongst themselves. And she's like, come with me. And she starts to turn to just like leave the room. What do you do?
I start to go to follow, but I pause quickly because something that Tessa said is still sticking with me. So I kneel down quickly, or I sort of turn. Just a moment, Ida. And I turn and take a knee next to Tessa, who has finished this fruit at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Sticky figgies.
Mm-hmm.
Sticky fingies.
Tessa, I hope you feel very proud of yourself. I know that you are young, and sometimes we push you, but you are capable of more than you know. I was your age when I started here with the oracles as well. And you mentioned that I am a Benastar, which is true, and I am very proud. But that does not necessarily define me. I am my own person as you are yours. So remember that. Especially when the others might giggle or know that you can do this. And you have a little bit, just a little here.
Oh, right now.
There you are.
She takes it. And I'm going to spend a fear to have Bright Matron Ida come over.
Oh.
She stands over you.
Oh, Ida. Matron Ida, I'm so sorry. Pardon me, Matron.
She starts shuffling away, and that was enough of a reprimand. You are chastened.
I feel 10 years old again.
Okay, yes.
Oh, okay.
So, as you leave and you walk out in this hallway, there are windows. The light is coming in. It's morning. It's beautiful. And you can see down. Brightmount is a snow-capped. It's a very cold and stark kind of place, but lovely in its own right. And you see down the mountain, you can see the proving grounds where the champions train. And then you see this amazing, you know it to be the mid-plains, stretches out in the sun. The clouds above are teal and violet and shimmering, and the great way in the distance, you can see just the tops of what you know to be the Drakestone Mountains. And it's just a beautiful day. There's birds and you can see some beasts running around in the valley, and it's a beautiful day. And as you walk through the window, the sunbeams are kind of coming in. There are paintings of oracles who have come before you, who you have trained with and that you know. And as you follow Ida, she turns and says, do you have any clue who your visitors may be?
Ida, you love to keep me in suspense. I haven't any idea.
It is your handsome, strapping young son, Caldor. And with him is Rubacorn.
Cal?
Yes.
What are they doing here?
They wouldn't say. They said they needed to speak to you directly.
That's surprising that Rubble missed an opportunity to talk with you more.
Oh, he attempted, my dear. I gave him the old "not today" buster. Oh, he's tried many times before.
She kind of fancifully thinks back, and then just a couple of memories you see her going through, and as people do of that age, are like, oh, no, not going there. And then she comes back and says,
Cal is looking exceptionally handsome.
Well, thank you.
mm,
And of course he is.
He has his grandfather's eyes.
Yes, I think so too.
and like a wistful look comes upon her face as she continues to walk, and other oracles are passing you. So you go down a spiral staircase, and you go through kind of the kitchen area. The dining hall is attached to the kitchen, but there are still some oracles eating and talking. There's a big fire in the fireplace. As you pass through the dining hall, you come out into what you know to be kind of like a foyer, and beyond that is a garden, like an ice garden. But there are still, various flora and fauna that abound even in this environment. So as you come into this foyer area, there are other oracles who are standing nearby and coming and going. It's a somewhat active place, but off to the side, next to a couple of chairs and a console and mirrors, just kind of standing there waiting, you see Cal and Rubble. And Ida walks up.
Well, here they are.
I'm very desperately trying to make eye contact with Ida. She's not.
Rubacorn, you had your time.
Perhaps another may arise.
Anyway, Caldor, so lovely to see you as always. Please make yourself at home. Anything that we can do to make you feel more comfortable.
Thank you, Ida.
And she continues to stay there.
Okay. I run right up and give Cal a big hug, a big hug. Because I think it's been a while since he's been there training.
Yes.
Cal, I can't believe it. What are you doing here? Is there some type of demonstration you're doing later?
No demonstration. No. We were doing some training, and we had a matter we wanted to discuss with you.
About your training?
Yes.
Cal, in this moment, how do you feel like just seeing your mother after this time? And
It's very reassuring to be back here. I imagine I spent a lot of time here as a child, and it's a lot of familiar sights and faces, like Ida and Amori. And it's as good as it is to see everyone, I am a little on edge with everything that's happened recently. So trying to mask that nervousness under the guise of this is business as usual, despite us being here being anything but that.
I immediately clock that it's weird already, right? We're focusing too much on why we're here.
Yep.
Aye, give your mother a true embrace. Hug her!
Big ol' hug. Sorry, I give you a big...
Yes.
Okay.
My baby.
And my baby. Aye, Amori.
Uncle Rubble. And this is the man that raised me in so many ways.
in this moment, there are two oracles. You would know them to be Deltra and Marlene. And they are like hanging nearby. They are newer oracles. They are not trained like students. They are oracles, but they are younger. And they walk over and say, Amori, Caldor. And they both are kind of tittering around Cal. How is it going in the proving grounds? We've heard only great things. And she hits the other one and she says, yes, we hear it's going wonderfully. And then they smile at you. And they're deferent to you, but definitely trying to advance an agenda with Cal.
Oh, it's going well. I have a great teacher. Yeah.
I'll immediately turn away and head to near Ida and leave him alone.
Okay.
So you're oracles then? Wow.
Yes, we serve the light.
Of course. Yeah.
What brings you to Brightmount?
Oh, just training with my uncle Rubble. That was him over there, the dwarf. And of course my mother, Amori. We came to visit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, well, if we can ever be of any help or service, you know. And they kind of look at each other and they're, trying to vie for your attention. And they're like, and they look at you and they're like,
well, thank you. If anything, and if we need anything, we'll let you know.
May the light bless you. May the light bless you. And then they kind of go nearby. They're like still hanging around and just observing things that are going on. And there's still people coming in and going out. There's people with the food and to stuff the larder and just the daily goings on of Brightmount.
Very smooth, Cal.
I don't see a lot. I mean, I only really talk to Rubble and Lander and other trainees.
Every one of your letters, Deltra's always very quick to ask if there's been any update.
Oh, wow. Is she? That's great. That's great to hear. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know that.
So what about your training?
Yeah, about the...
Is Rubble being too hard on you?
No, Rubble has been
Because
great.
I can talk to him
Rubble,
if you
no,
like.
you don't need to talk to Rubble about that.
He
has been
always
great.
does this. He goes on much too hard. It's the same thing I said before. You're not ready for the broadsword. It should start with something much smaller. No offense.
I think I could... Okay. Well, no, he's been great. And we're working with the short sword right now. So, yeah, no broadsword. But he's not going too hard on me. Yeah, the other matter of your training might be something a bit more that you might have a bit more knowledge about, but I don't think we can kind of discuss it here.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
there's just a lot of people here. I kind of nod to Ida. Hi, Ida.
And I have slowly inched my way next to Ida's waist. In two reasons. One, to talk. And in the other way, to also sort of distract her from
Right.
overhearing this conversation. Beautiful this time of year.
Yes, every year about this time, beauty.
Your face is catching the sun's gaze quite well.
Oh, stop it, Rubacorn.
Ida, please. It was a long time ago.
I can hold a grudge. Very well.
I was saving Synthara. I was on the front lines with Rendor, Ida. It's not easy to write back.
You had your chance.
Ida. Just a walk about the ice garden.
Never. Never with you. The very smell of you makes me throw up a little.
There was a time where you liked that smell.
A long time ago. She
Starts to shuffle away. As she's doing that, Deltra and Marlene are coming closer again, and they say, I was at the I was at the Rising, and it was really incredible to see you fighting. Yeah, when your uncle chose you.
Yes.
You remember?
Yeah, of course.
It was
Yeah.
at night.
That was, yes. Well, it was almost at morning, kind of, because the rising. You know, yeah. Yeah, that was that's been my dream, and that Rubble would choose me. I'm so honored.
We're going to have a harvest dance.
Oh.
Yes, and I wondered if, maybe you would want to come to the harvest dance with me.
Wow. When would that be?
Marlene's looking at her like, oh my gosh, she's doing it.
Honestly, me too.
Yeah,
I'm
good
impressed.
for her. No, seriously. Yes. Yes. When?
It's in a fortnight. It's in a fortnight. Okay.
Yeah.
I and she just kind of like turns. She did not think that would be your response. You can tell. And she's just a little embarrassed and like, oh my God. And she goes with Marlene, and they're standing to the side and still like stealing glances at you. And now you have a date to the harvest dance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that? Oh yeah.
You're gonna break this girl's heart.
Yep.
Colin, how dare you?
Oh no.
No adventuring for you, bro.
Yeah, I kind of forgot I have a thing to do.
Only domestication for everyone else.
This entire campaign is gonna be in the
We
next
have to do
48
something
hours
else,
of this.
actually. We have to-
Oh man. Okay.
We can't save the world. We have to go to the
have to go to the
harvest
harvest dance.
So as you're there, and now Ida has kind of moved a little away, and the two oracles are still kind of tittering and stealing glances, and the three of you are there, and he's spoken to you about something he needs to talk about.
Yes.
Well,
This seems like the best chance we're gonna get.
lucky me, I get you for 2 more days. Is this all right? Ida's left now. Shall we chat?
I think it's fine.
I'm gonna spend a fear.
Oh,
and
no.
Have,
Spend it.
Marlene come over and say, "Hello, Amori. Was just wondering if we could have your help later up with some of the students. We need some extra help with, some of the rituals that we're trying to teach them. They're just not taking." And she's starting to talk to you just about
Right.
regular business.
Of course. I was going to show Cal another corner of the ground.
Yes.
But I can stop by after.
Okay, that's fine. Cal. And then she goes back, and then you can see her and Deltra kind of having a little bit of a tiff. But you can tell that maybe this is a very active space,
Yeah.
probably not conducive for talking. So where do
Why?
you want to go?
Don't we take that
And I'll make my way over to
torrent?
them now.
There's
Okay.
somewhere we could find that's private if we just walked about.
I think it might be best. Everyone is very excited that you've come by.
Yeah.
It's not very often we have champions come all this way, which is why I thought perhaps you were doing a demonstration of some kind. I'm sort of scanning the gardens. I figure it's a big open space, or it's a large garden.
Yes.
Is there maybe a sort of a further off corner? Or
Yes.
I'll kind of head in that direction.
Okay. Yes. So you do. You kind of go out onto this veranda that like a few steps down into this garden. It's cold, but you're bustled up enough against the cold. You go out, you can see your breath, and there are little tables and chairs kind of set up in the garden to enjoy the topiaries and various things about. And the sky is blue, and the clouds are beautiful, and there are little animals chittering about, and it's lovely. And so the three of you kind of, and there's certain oracles will come by and show deference to you and smile at Cal and some smile at Rubble. And you kind of make your way over to this little corner of the garden. And there are 3 chairs if you care to sit. There's different things. And actually an oracle comes up to you and says, oh, wow. Would you like me to bring you some tea?
Aye. I'll take a tea and some ale as well. What's the mutton situation?
We have plenty of mutton.
I'll take some mutton.
Okay. I will bring you a lunch plate. And
Is that the one with the mutton?
yes,
Okay.
mutton and cheese and
Aye.
berries.
Aye.
Just a tea is fine.
A tea.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll eat later. Thank you very much.
But a hibiscus tea, maybe.
Well, I would love some hibiscus tea.
Very well. She saunters off.
Her
Okay.
kryptonite.
Now you're
Yeah, I gotta watch her go.
now you're finally kind of in a space
Yeah.
to talk.
You can see Cal is very nervous, like he's been thinking about it, trying to figure out exactly what to say, and still hasn't quite reached that. Maybe pulls a seat out for you, and then sits down myself.
Rubble, how do you feel in this moment?
Yeah, I enjoy Brightmount, and it's a reminder of, all of my travels and sort of a reminder of like what we're protecting. And even though our world is much larger than just Brightmount, it is sort of the centerpiece and the pinnacle, and I think one of the most beautiful parts of Synthara. Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying taking in, all the scenery and the sun and the light that we cherish here, and I can see my own breath, and I know we need to get into serious things, but I also love my family, and I think it's good that we have a moment to talk before we get into everything. And I can tell that Cal's so in his head.
Yeah.
Amori, I'm sure you can tell we've got something to talk about.
Yes, so it seems.
And we will. We will. But we also miss you.
Of course, I miss the pair of you as well.
How are you doing?
I'm content. This most recent crop of young oracles in training, precocious, curious, strong. I can't help but feel, I'm imagining it's made its way to your camp as well. As always, what we're working to protect is very precious, but I feel there's something pressing against us. Stronger, more audacious, angry. Has that been the news that's come to you as well?
You never cease to impress me, Amori. You see deeper than your father ever did.
You think so?
I know so.
That would mean a lot. That means a lot. Amori didn't ultimately, I didn't really get to spend a lot of time with my father. And he definitely did. Anytime there's some type of story or a piece of knowledge about him, she soak it up so fast.
He was smart. Yes. I know this.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this. I mean, in a way, you are my daughter. And not, that I have never really ever thought that for a second. But I'm very aware of the relationship to that. And I just love you for you. But also, I don't take lightly that Rendor left behind 2 wonderful Benastars. And to honor and do right by my best friend. I want to do everything I can to take care of them as he would have done. So yes, very aware that you did not get the time with him that I have, and over our years have noticed that whenever he comes up, you listen. you want to hear the Rendor story. So I think I'm picking up on that and wanting to share a bit. There's one time we were making camp, and I thought that this spot was a good one. And so we went to make camp. And your father, he had instincts to him. And he said, no, this isn't a good place. Hey, you look around, you can see that there's foliage rustled, and there's clearly animals and creatures that make way through here. We should go somewhere else. Oh, and somewhere else we went. We traveled to a less traveled area, and we made camp there. And we slept well. Until we were attacked. By a couple of gnolls, no doubt. You see, your father had pulled us over right next to a cave, and we got into a big fight, and I removed my axe, Maggie. Oh, and you know I let up. And I cleaved off one of their heads, gouged one right in that gut there, everything spilling out, and it was covered in blood and carcass.
Yes, thank you, Uncle Rubble. Very descriptive.
Yes, the best parts of the story. And we took care of the gnolls with ease, yes. And I looked at him and I said, Rendor, well, I guess you're not as smart as you seem. And just a smile came over him, a knowing one. And I realized in that moment that he did it on purpose. He put us next to the cave so that way we could fight. He could tell I had a hankering for some combat. And so he moved us. He was smart, he could see. But even despite those things, Amori, you see deeper. We are here with purpose.
Yeah.
Cal,
Yeah.
As this kind of transition happens, the
The mutton.
the mutton comes back, and the ale, and the tea, and the tea.
Thank you.
And the tea.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Hello, Caldor.
Hi.
She's just standing there.
Do you need anything else, Uncle Rob?
What's the bread situation?
Oh, we have
I recently came upon a desire for a muffin.
a muffin. Let me check. So she's like a little flustered, but she says, I think there may be some left from breakfast. And then she goes to fetch it.
I look at Cal and then back to Amori, not wanting to get into it.
On the other hand, hearing stories about my grandfather has actually given me more confidence and self-assurance. So I think now would be the perfect time. So I'm turning to you, and Cal just kind of decides to rip the bandage off and get into it. As you know, I've been training, and recently, despite struggling a bit, I've there's no good way to say this. I tapped into something powerful, and Uncle Rubble seems to think it's the all power. I'm sorry to come with you with only that, but I could tell you what happened if that helps.
Immediately panicking. What is he talking about?
He speaks the truth, Amori.
That is impossible.
It happened.
Did you see it happen?
I saw the remnants of it. He was fighting back a beast, a wolf had jumped at him.
Yeah, and there was just this bolt of energy. I completely destroyed the beast.
How do you know it's that?
I've seen
Surely it could be.
Amori. I've been to the Ashen Expanse. I fight those creatures. I've been fighting them for years. I know the difference between the old power and the light. I thought it might be light at first as well. But I looked at it with my own eyes. I saw its destructive nature. There's nothing good in that.
We need a way to control it or taper it or learn more somehow, and we figured...
No, we need a way to stifle it, Cal. That's not what you are.
Right.
Amori, what do you feel right now hearing this?
Disbelief. I think this cannot be possible. Right? And also they're both talking about it like they're so sure. And that this is a marker of, at best, it's a horribly dark, bad omen for someone's future. So I think I am immediately again aware of where we are. Because I thought this was going to be like I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be a champion anymore. Like kind of a, crisis of faith or, someone's bullying me. Like,
Yeah.
I think that was what she was preparing for.
Definitely fair, though. She is.
Could be both.
Kind of both.
So, feeling overwhelmed emotionally and then snapping into action. Stop talking, both of you, right now. I'm going to go somewhere further away.
Okay.
Is there a place, like, descending the mountain in part? Not the whole thing, obviously, because it's huge.
Right.
But is there a darker corner or somewhere further off that I could ensure there's
Yes.
less eyes? Because this seems like a courtyard. People walk around. The gal keeps coming and bringing us food.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So, nearby, there's just like a path that you can kind of go off into the woods of the mountain.
Okay.
Do you want to do that?
Yes.
Okay. What order would you be walking in?
Me first.
Okay.
I'm in the back because I got to gather my stuff.
Okay.
I got to get my ale. I got to get my lunch. I got to get my tea.
Yeah, I feel like I would travel in the middle because I'm trying to keep up.
You're able to put things. You've got like a satchel you can put your stuff in as you like. Oh yeah. Gnawing on the mutton leg. You take off.
Do not say another word. And then I start going.
Okay. You both follow.
Yeah, we fall.
Okay. So you walk through the gardens and you know that there is a lot of different ways to get into the woods. You don't have to go, there's a main path obviously down the mountain, but there are a number of other ways that are known. And just being sensitive to the light, you would know of a path. And so looking over your shoulder to make sure, you're not being followed and just kind of like walking through the woods. You go, 100 yards or so, and there's kind of this clearing. There's a canopy, there's birds chirping, there's small little woodland life about. It's a beautiful day. The sunlight's coming through in the trees, and there's little brooks that you kind of cross over. It's very idyllic and beautiful here on Brightmount. What would you like to do?
I'm on proof. I'm still in disbelief. And really hoping that this is their misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a bit of hubris on my part too, right? And feeling like I'm the one who has studied this. I'm the one who knows about the light.
Right.
Tapped in, I teach it, I know. Spent my whole life. So I feel, despite his battle knowledge, feeling like I can make sense of this. They just don't understand what's happening.
Fair.
Show me.
Amori.
Just here.
Here's a tree. There's no one around. Show me. What is it that you did?
I kind of
Caldor-
walk off a minute.
Yeah.
Not a minute, just
I'm
out
gonna,
of the way.
A beat away.
A beat away.
I'm definitely gonna kind of like step forward. Exactly what I did. I'm gonna try to recreate that perfectly. So I am gonna draw my sword and kind of put my hands up in a similar motion and okay. Just try to feel it again. Though I don't know how to pull it. I just remember it coming from my chest, so maybe I'm focusing there, trying to get that feeling of kind of unlocking something again.
Okay. Give me a roll. Give me an instinct roll.
Instinct roll. Ooh, that is that a 1 or I think that's a 1. That's a 1. It's a 1. That is a 5 with fear.
A 5 with fear.
Yeah.
Okay. So you definitely sense like a pressure or like something happening, but
I mean, all eyes are on me.
they are.
Yeah.
They are. You feel unable to produce it. You just don't.
Still trying, still
Yes.
focusing. Put my sword back.
Mhm.
I can't just do it again. I've been trying not to
Good.
have that happen again, which is good. I don't know how I tapped into it. I was afraid for my life. I was afraid for Lander's life.
There was someone else there.
Well, he didn't see, but I was trying to protect one of my friends. I had
He's a
sent him
Muppet
back
man. It's
to
a whole situation.
exactly.
I don't say that.
I was I was one of my friends had followed me into the woods, and I had sent him back when we encountered this wolf. So he doesn't know. He doesn't understand. He's just a kid.
Very well. I'm not convinced that this isn't latent tapping into the light. I think perhaps it might have just
Amor-
looked different.
Could you give me a roll, please? Of give me a knowledge roll. So two, and this is just a check. There's no.
Okay. Check my math. 18.
Plus.
18.
Plus
Plus
1.
Okay,
plus 1.
19.
great. So
Wait.
you
would have been
honestly
without-
would know. You can tell him if you would like, paint for him something he could do or think in order to. You would definitely have an understanding of the light enough to coach him in this moment
Well.
to sense it or feel it or whatever.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
Yeah.
All right, Cal. Let's try one more time. Maybe you're actually much more like me. Close your eyes.
Okay. Close them.
Sometimes I'll touch my hand to my heart. That's where it begins, they say. Although I've always thought just generally in the chest, but I like the idea that it's our heart. Now, focus on the light. The light that connects everything, all of us in Synthara, radiates, gives us warmth even in the cold of a storm. Sometimes it feels a little like static. Light, vibrant, prickling. Bring that down your shoulders, through your arms, into your fingertips. He's not glowing or anything,
Nothing's
right?
happening, right?
No.
Do I feel
Yeah.
anything? Like I'm really trying to focus.
Tell me, what do you?
If I'm able to feel what I felt before,
Mm-hmm.
instead of light and prickly, maybe like sharp and chaotic and energy kind of in my chest.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how to draw it forward. I'm not feeling it
Okay.
come through.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Right.
Yeah, so you're both kind of awkwardly trying to,
Yeah.
and
Right.
you want this to be true, and
Really trying.
you
I
want
really
this
want
to
this to be true.
be
Yeah.
true.
Doesn't feel like that at all, though. Like what you've
But I
described.
think you're both realizing that
Yeah.
it's not true.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what in this moment, you can sense that that the light is not with him. It is with him in the sense that the light is with all, but it is not something that he can manipulate.
Do you feel anything? Do you feel anything at all? Anything I described?
Nothing like what you described. Earlier, we talked about it like almost like a lightning bolt or a sharp energy. I feel it in my chest, but it's warm but not comforting. It's just hot and chaotic.
I'm so sorry. I don't know.
Is it what Rubble said?
It has to be. I know so little about this cowl. It's effectively forbidden. It's not something that we talk about. It's not something we study or know. We could... I know that there are people who do. But it's so... We'll have to figure this out. Cal, feeling so guilty. Feeling so guilty, even though, because he's my son.
Yeah.
He's mine. And the things that are him and affect him, it's on me.
Yeah.
I think even more so because I didn't have that, right? That there's an even tighter, closer bond and responsibility.
I think agreeing with that, definitely Rubble's thoughts, my own, are thinking about, those deeper implications of what could happen, right? One, the all power is connected to all of the foul, evil things in this world. And that the stories of anyone that used them, you know what I mean? Even the Stonefell Gap was created out of like a release of that energy, which then opened up the Ashen Expanse to come in, once again, evil, creating more evil things, and that is, I think, associated with lack of control. And anyone that is not the evil people who have used it are also all like shunned and isolated. So definitely like best case scenario, a life of isolation, right?
I turn to Cal. You are my son. And you are good. And we will find answers together. So, we cannot tell this to anyone. Do you understand me?
I understand.
No friend, no person that you think you trust, not even Matron Ida. We cannot tell anyone.
Not until we know what's really going on.
Right. And how are we going to find out what's really going on?
Well, we could go to our favorite place and read some books. My plan is to go to the library.
Library. That sounds
We will
like
find
a
the
That's actually really
knowledge.
smart,
wonderful
yeah.
plan.
I don't particularly enjoy the library.
There's one place just to sit.
Are you gonna go with them?
Yeah,
to the
I'll
library?
go with
Okay.
them. Maybe I'll see someone on the way. Who knows?
Yeah. So, okay. So you make the plan to go to the library, and you get out of the woods without anything happening.
Oh, okay.
So you're able to come out of the woods, and you come back to the area that you were at in the gardens. You can see that that there is a muffin sitting on the table. Do you grab that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And you come back in, you go through the foyer, up, oracles are saying hello and kind of looking at, this is a little unorthodox to have, there are people who come in and out, but
Yeah.
You leading them around is, but not unheard of. You go up a spiral staircase. There's still the smells of food nearby, and you walk through the dining hall yet again, and the light of Synthara is coming through these massive windows. There's like a massive wooden table with many, many chairs, and the fire is still emblazoned. You walk, and it's warm here, though it's cold outside, and the mist and condensation on the windows, but you can still see the beauty of Synthara below. You continue to walk, you go to the right and up another spiral staircase, and then you walk, and then it opens into a hallway, and there are a couple of doors on either side, but at the end of the hallway, there's not even a door, it's just light that you see, and you all walk into this room, and immediately it smells of books. I mean, I don't even, it is that beautiful smell of library, of stories and earth and paper and well-worn seats. And it's a 3-story library. There are different scrolls and tomes there, and there are thousands throughout. There is a place in the center where a woman, Zieja, stands. You would know her as the Oracle, the keeper of the tomes. There are throughout nooks and crannies where there are little tables and there are books. There are oracles walking about with tea and small snacks, and they give to the people who are sitting and studying, reading. There are people involved in conversation. There and here as well, there are glass everywhere around Brightmount. There's a lot of glass to let in the light, and so it's probably right after lunchtime by now, and the light is coming in, and you can see some of the snow-capped mountains to the side, and here as well, the valley below. There are just everywhere. It's clean-ish, but there are tables with scrolls just going down the side, and books piled high, and people walking around with books. And they nod to you. This is a beloved place. It is always there's always a lot of people here.
The library is popping.
The library is popping. There are all sorts of people, students. They come in a line, and one of the oracles takes them over. You can see Matron Ida has come over, and she's sipping tea and reading a book over in the corner as well.
My mutton has gone cold, so I'm gonna head over to the fireplace, and I'm taking a bite and then just sort of hanging it
Okay.
right in front of the fire,
Okay.
letting it warm as I
Okay. That's hilarious.
keep an eye out of where they go.
Okay.
Where do we start?
A good question. A good question. Is there? Oh, you said Oracle Stira?
Mm-hmm. Zieja.
Zieja.
She's behind this kind of counter with books, and she has a quill and is writing some things, and another quill over here. And she's just like putting books away. There's carts. She's setting books on, and you see other oracles with carts putting books back. And but she's standing there, and she looks up and she sees you. Hello, Amori. How are you today? Caldor.
Well,
Hello.
yes,
How you
he
have
is.
grown. I remember when you used to run around these halls as a toddler. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. It's been too long.
He's visiting
Yes.
for the harvest dance that's coming up soon.
Oh.
And we were talking before. Uncle Rubble was reminding us of an old Benastar story. And was wondering.
Yes, there are probably some records or things of some of Rendor's stories. Maybe ones about some of the foes he might have faced.
Yes.
Yes, because there was a particularly fearsome one Uncle Rubble just could not recall, and
You know how Cal is with a scary
love
story.
the stories.
I believe I can help. Follow me. And she goes and she walks up this staircase to the second level. She goes, here we have it. And she pulls this massive book, The Foes of Rendor Benastar. And she gives that to you. And
I pass it to you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's a big book.
there are a couple more. And she goes through and there's this other area, and you can tell there's smaller scrolls of maps. And she pulls a couple out and hands them to you. This might be of use. And she's kind of in her element now, and she's pulling beasts of Synthara, and she pulls a couple more things and gives them to you. And she says, I don't know exactly what you're looking for, but maybe this would help.
This is a great start. Thank you.
I'll take my leave then. Great to see you, Cal. Great to see you. So she goes and continues about her business. What would you like to do?
I mean, this is kind of like the best lead we have, I guess. We
Yeah.
got to break it up. We got a couple scrolls. We got a book.
Want to look at them?
We need to find somewhere to sit down and start looking. Yeah.
Let's read.
Let's
kiddo.
read.
Okay. There's one right there next to it.
Reading montage.
Each of you,
Yeah.
each of you, give me a knowledge roll.
All right.
I read with fear.
Oh, just a +2. Ooh. 14 with hope, if that matters.
Great, it does.
Okay, cool.
Can mark a hope.
I mean, 20,
Yes.
right?
What do we
Huh?
got? 11 and 9,
That's a
20.
20.
And then knowledge is
21.
21.
21 with hope.
Okay, fantastic. Both of you mark a hope.
Oh, yeah, I should use it.
As you both are reading through, it's taking some time. The sun is going down. Time is passing. Rubble has finished his mutton and somehow has another one as well, and is continuing to eat. You're poring over these scrolls. Cal, you find some things here and there and offer, would this be? And throughout the course of everything, Amori, there are some things through your study with that role that come to the surface. One is a town called Goodrich, where Rendor had some dealings with he had kind of different missions there and different protecting, and it's farther away from Brightmount, kind of closer to the Stonefell Gap, and closer than Brightmount is. You also come across a lot of mutterings of an individual who is around the town of Goodrich, and you would know this to be a wizard. And you find different tellings of this. Some say it's a dangerous force. Some say it's protective. Some say nothing aligns. It's all kind of a wash with different tellings of what goes on. You can't make out exactly. But you also find out that wizards kind of, you would know that they kind of are able to they attach to this power in some ways, the all power. And so you kind of know that the town of Goodrich might hold some kind of information. It is a lead,
Yeah.
if you will, as to find out more about why would Cal why would this be happening? And why not the light? And all the myriad of questions you have. And now the sun is kind of setting and a bell rings and you know it to be for dinner. So a lot of the other people leave. There is one oracle.
It's so.
And don't forget about that one over there.
Yeah, you come over here, my friend.
Oh.
There is another oracle, Rulus, who comes over to you and sees you and says, Amori. And Rulus, you have had, I don't know, issues with. You know her throughout growing up here. She was always somewhat of a rival. If you are to have a rival, she has said on more than one account that you only get to where you are because of your name. She acts as though you don't work hard, and she does work hard, and she is the Salieri to your Mozart. So she comes over and she says, Amori, why are these fingers touching our scrolls? She looks at Cal.
Oh, Rulus. Surely you could be more friendly to my son.
She just looks at you and she says, I'm not here to be friendly. These books, this hall, is for the oracles. It is the library of the oracles. I see your grandfather's friend is down there too, the dwarf. What are you up to? And she looks over to look intently at exactly what you're reading. Oh, Benastar. We're doing a little genealogy, are we? Looking at, are we reminiscing and loving ourselves a little much, aren't we? Where we came from, our family name, the heroics of Rendor Benastar, the travels of Rendor Benastar. Ooh, what is this map? Goodridge. What is Goodridge? That's near the Ashen Expanse.
You've asked so many interesting and obvious questions, Rulus. What are we doing in a library? We're reading. What is on this map? Synthara. I'm not exactly sure what you're implying.
Yeah, it's a map.
She just stares daggers at both of you and says, very well then. Enjoy your evening. I'm going to dinner, where the oracles dine. And she just slowly turns and leaves.
May the light bless you.
She just turns and looks at you and keeps walking down the stairs. She walks past Rubble and gives him a look. On her way out the door, there's a couple of other oracles that she comes with and starts talking to and nodding up in your direction, and they look over too, and they leave the library and go to dinner.
I fear we've spent too long here.
Right.
I'm sorry she was so rude.
Yeah, like, what's up with that?
You know that has nothing to do with you, right?
Oh, yeah, but
You
to do
spilled
with
juice
you.
on her robe once when you were 4.
I did.
And she just can't. Oh, yes.
oh, well, she deserved it apparently.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
She smelled of prunes for a very long time. But we've been here for too long.
It's time to leave.
People will start to notice. Uncle Rubble?
Hey,
Fray.
you done yet?
So now it's only Sierra kind of walking about. Rubble's downstairs. You both are on the second floor. What would you like to do with? Do you want to leave the books and scrolls there? Do you want to take them? Do you want to check them out? Do you want to? What's your next move?
Well, what a great question.
Would there be value in taking like scrolls and a book on this kind of stuff with us, or is the name enough? Because I don't want to like leave a sign of like we're going here to investigate this. So if we take it with us, people might know.
We can also say that through your study, you've broken out some parchment and quill and have
Thorough
taken
notes.
a page of notes. So you don't actually have to take the things if you don't want. You
Let's
can just
leave everything here then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
take that knowledge with you to revisit. But what's the plan?
Well, first, also, to throw people off the scent, I'm going to check out a different book.
Whoa.
Well,
I'm getting crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like I'll check out a book that maybe a story book that I used to read to Cal that I've always liked.
Okay.
So I'll check that out with.
Okay. You go down to
Sierra.
Sierra, and she says, "Oh, this was one of his favorites as a kid. Are you going to read him a nighttime story?" And just kind of laughs. And she has this big book that is to check out. And she writes your name. And she writes the book. And then she hands it to you.
Thank you.
thank you.
I set back the scrolls and the books that
Okay.
you laid out for
Sure.
us. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Great to see you. She goes back about her business.
Let's go over to, I guess, where you're sitting.
Yeah. Over
Okay.
by the fire.
Yeah.
So you're over by the fire. There's a small table, and
And far
now you're
enough.
pretty much alone.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Perfect.
Sierra is far away, so you can talk.
So, we have to go to Goodrich?
It sounds as though there's a wizard there.
Aye.
And I don't know if this person will be helpful or even agreeable, but it is likely our best bet with talking to anyone who is familiar with this set of circumstances. Without having to go all the way into the Ashen Expanse.
Right.
Well, if there's a hope for answers, then to Goodrich we shall go. Do you have any thoughts about retreating from Brightmount and not causing suspicion?
I'm not entirely sure how.
I don't know how many options we have. I think we just go. That's what we did from the proving grounds.
That's true.
Yes, but they'll look for me here. I have a
There's-
schedule in classes.
There's that Harvest Dance in a few days. Is that going to kind of, will everybody be at that at one place? Everybody's distracted. Everybody's partying. Nobody's going to know you're missing until at least the morning, maybe the afternoon after.
So you're suggesting we go to the dance and
No,
then
I'm
we-
suggesting we use the dance as a cover to leave. We need to get moving.
Thought we were hoping for a dance with Deltra.
Well, maybe another time.
maybe
This seems more
We
important.
make an appearance at the dance. I'll get one dance in with Ida. And then once everyone sort of thinks we're there,
That's
then
true. Then we
So I think maybe I misspoke. The dance is in a fortnight.
A four.
Yeah, so it's in about 2 weeks. It's not.
Yeah, I don't want to wait
Tonight.
2 weeks. Actually, 2 weeks.
You did not misspeak. You definitely said.
You
Okay,
definitely
okay,
said
okay.
that, and I just went like, yeah, like a day or so.
Yeah.
Just calling it back. It's okay. So I don't think we'd be able to use that and hang out here for 2 weeks.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either.
Okay.
And I also think we can't let this sit. This
No.
feels
No,
like
definitely not.
It feels like a kettle on the stove, and where it's bubbling.
Mm-hmm.
And soon it will screech. So, I think
We leave tonight.
either in the cover of darkness or at first light. But now, you go to you.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say the sooner the better. Under the cover of darkness, that worked for us. We barely. I don't think anybody knows we're gone, or maybe they figured it out by now. But if it worked before, it'll work again. We should pack our things and go.
I'm feeling so torn.
And I would say that people kind of come and go. So there's not a lot of.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
want to give
you
some
out.
freedom
Yeah.
there. I don't think there's not going to be some impending. I have to get someone will cover your classes and someone will help at the proving grounds where there's no boss or any. I mean, there is matron and
Right.
The master guardian, but
That's what I was thinking of. If I need to be like, Ida,
right.
I'm gonna do a little walkabout. I'll be back.
You could do that. Yeah, I think that would be fine. But it's not.
The stakes are not.
The stakes are not
Stakes are
high.
low.
You don't.
Yeah.
Cool.
You don't
I was
want
so
people.
ready to cover
I was.
tracks.
Yeah, I thought we had to like sneak
No,
you
no.
out, dude.
You do. You. Okay. Let me backtrack. You do need to.
We need an excuse. We need like a cover.
You don't want people to see you leaving tonight. But if you're not found around Brightmount, it won't be scandalous, and there won't be search parties sent out for you. I'll say that.
We just added like 3 stress to ourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
By writing this,
I'm just
inventing all
gonna
these stakes.
drop those back in.
Okay. Yeah. Great.
Okay, I know what I'll
Okay.
do. I go back to Sierra.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sierra, it's been so nice to see the boys. I think I might take some time with them. So maybe I take a little parchment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna write a little note saying like, Ida.
Yeah.
like multiple A's. Like
Ida.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go spend some time with Cal. Be back soon.
Okay.
Bye. But like
Amori would. Yeah.
but like an oracle.
like an oracle speak. Okay, you do that and you give it to Sierra, and she sees it and she says, "Oh, that's so special." She says, "I'll see that she gets it.
Oh, thank you.
Good journey." And so she leaves, and you. Okay, so how do you pack and get things together? And,
Yeah.
Okay, you go back to your quarters and take them, and what as you go in, like maybe what are your quarters like?
Yeah. I think it is spacious and comfortable, but humble.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bed and I think a desk with a lot of books. I think she checks out books regularly.
Yeah.
Really, really enjoys that. And parchment, and there's a corner by the huge window. There's a corner by the window that has hanging crystals that reflect on the walls. Some incense burning. I think it's a place that she spends time at night and in the morning, sort of absorbing that first light and sort of tapping in and having a moment of meditative calm. So it's a peaceful space. There's a few paintings on the wall. There's some of us. maybe some doodles that Caldor did when he was younger, and a painting of Rendor as well. And lastly, I suppose of note, there's the wall on the opposite side of the paintings that have sort of, I guess, traveling gear in a way. Something that she has very seldom used. Sometimes the oracles are sent out to help or do things, but for the most part, I think especially because of her name, she's been here and hasn't traveled in a really long time. But she loves it. And it's something that's been set to the side for a really long time. So even in this moment where we are leaving in a worst case kind of scenario, at the same time ahead of us is a journey that I think a small part of her is excited about, even though this is going to be scary and hard. So robe and a cloak and traveling shoes and things like that.
Yeah. So you gather your little dust on it, you dust off your travel pack, and you get it, and you get all the accoutrement that you would need for a long journey, and you you kind of get everything together. You're both there. You have your cloaks. It's now night. Like those crystals have the moonlight is kind of like going off of them. You walk out, and there's a spiral staircase going down. Give me a finesse roll, Amori.
It's a -1 to start, everybody. Here we go. Nope. Nope. 17?
Yeah, 16.
-1?
15.
15?
15.
We're going with 15 with fear.
Okay. 15 with fear. Okay.
Sadly. Thanks, guys.
Of course.
Okay. I will use that fear as you you start to go down a spiral staircase, and you're all kind of cloaked. You're kind of, there's people walking by, but as you open this large wooden door to go out, you're going to the stables, because you'll need steeds for the journey. And so, yeah.
I get an animal.
Well, not with a 15 with fear.
Yes. So as you kind of are kind of walking to the stables, Rulus
Gosh darn it.
comes out of the shadows with 2 other oracles, and she pulls her cloak back and says, "Well, where are we going?"
Rulus, so lovely to see you again. I'm going to spend some time with my family.
Does Brightmaster Ada know?
She will shortly. Though I don't think it's standard protocol for me to have to announce an entrance or an exit.
Oh no, not standard protocol. But I believe some ears would love to be alerted of the goings forward and goings backward of the Benastars. She's like looking you up and down.
Very threatening.
Oh man, she is
Gosh darn it.
not very observant or anyway. Actually,
Yeah.
I laughed too much.
It's kind of awesome though.
okay.
Yep.
Let's get one more.
I
Okay.
thought we were friends.
There we go.
She says, "I think Bride Matron Ida should know about what's happening right now." And she looks to her friends and she says, go fetch the bright matron. Stay right here.
Wait. To the ones leaving.
Hmm.
You know who I am.
They look at you like,
Rubacorn Thunderfoot. A great champion of Synthara. I would have your respects.
give me a presence roll.
Come on. No. Oh no. Okay, it is with fear. It is a 14 with fear.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. They are intimidated, but with that fear, they do leave. Rulus is still there, but the two others have left.
Our business is our own, and you have no right to stop us.
Well, we'll see about that in a moment, when Bright Matron Ida comes.
We won't be here by the time she gets here. But when she comes, tell her that Rubacorn says...
Okay.
Amori.
Okay, you wink at her, and she's like taken aback and feeling a little threatened. What are you gonna do, Cal? How do you feel right now?
This is like my mom's evil coworker. I'm letting Rubble do the talking, but I'm gonna take that lead and start heading towards the stables.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had it with this lady.
Okay. So they're looking at you, and you all of you take off.
Yes, I'll trail after because I'm very impressed with these gentlemen.
Okay.
Well, the wink was very funny. And then Cal kind of shoving off and going, yeah. So I kind of, I also think I feel confident that Ida and I are like, we're cool. So I think it'll shake out okay. I'm hopeful.
Okay.
So I'm gonna smirk at her a little bit because I'm feeling like, I think,
Okay. I like this. I like it. She does not, and is like, wait, where do you think you're going? And she's like looking around for something to do. Stop! Stop! As she kind of calls after you, you go to the stables. The stable master is there. He is another Karis with a big horn.
Good, taking horses out tonight, are we, Oracle?
we are.
Very well then.
And he goes into the stables and he brings 3 beautiful steeds. Horses on Synthara are magenta in color, and they have 2 like white silver stripes that go down from their neck down, and they're just beautiful. And it's crisp up here, so they have the steam coming out of their nose there, and they feel ready to go. So they've saddled them for you. They come with all the provisions that a horse would need for a week. And so you guys go ahead and mount them. And
I'd like to get on the shortest horse.
okay, yes. Let's say there's a pony. There's a pony one. Does that sound good? Or like a gelding.
Yes,
Like a younger
yes.
horse.
All of the
Dwarf
strength and
horse.
speed of a normal horse.
Yes, all the strength and
Yes.
speed of a normal horse.
Just
I
a
feel-
little closer to the ground.
I would like to
Word.
take this moment to feel seen and heard.
Okay. Okay, let me roll for that. No, I'm
Yes.
just kidding. Okay, you are seen and heard. And so you guys start to, you've mounted the horses and you start to take off. You have consulted your map of Goodridge. As you continue to go, Rulus is like, wait! And you just kind of thunder your steeds around her, and you kind of leave her literally in, a would say the dust, but it's kind of snowy on the ground, so it's kind of kicking him up. You've got your cloaks on.
As we take off and start to leave, I would like to take my muffin, chuck it back.
Okay.
Oh! And it rolls in at her feet.
Yeah. And she looks down at the muffin. She takes it up and looks after you as your horses there's like little clouds of snow that kick up. And that's where we'll leave it! Episode 1! Oh my goodness! How fun!
Riding off into the night on magenta horses. Ooh.
Into the moonrise.
Yes.
It's like a sunset, but
Love.
with a moon in the opposite way.
With the-
I'm Matt Lowe. Guys, introduce yourselves.
I'm Sam Forbes.
I'm Colin Search.
I'm Janelle Kester.
We'll see you next time where we get into some more Rigamaroll.
Oh, that's best one.
Pretty good, yeah.